Now make sure to watch the FlexiSpot ad. I can't believe I said that.
I thought it would take a month, maybe 6 weeks at the latest. Boy, was I wrong. What am I talking about? It's behind this door. Do you want to see?
Hi, I'm Di with Sister Chicks Quilting, and you normally don't get this view. And this view over here, I never show this view. And then there's this view. Oh my goodness. Can you believe it? Does your sewing room ever look like that? Well, mine looks like it now. This is just about to be remodeled. I've sat down with my brother, who's a cabinet maker. He designed what I wanted for cabinets. I am so excited. I'm going to film it all so you can see everything and come along with me on this journey. We're going to start by taking out this frame around the closet. I'll show you work as it happens. Today I have my friend Raina with me. She helps me in my house and we love, love, love her. We are going to haul out this closet down to the long arm quilting studio, which you guys all know is my garage, right? I mean, there's no airs going on here. I have a tiny house, but we're going to make it work. Raina, what do you say? Should we get started?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get going on this mess. The electrical is half in and roughed in, and this is the mess the electrician left me. Are you ready for this? Look at all that rock wool. That is rock wool insulation. I'm gonna have to put a mask on and vacuum it up in the morning. Here's my calyx all covered up. And there's more over here with a big pile of sheetrock that I get a vacuum up in the morning. My new lights, 2 of them are in. The rest of them, it's all wired in the ceiling. Now the sheetrockers are going to come in, fix the holes, then the light fixtures themselves can go in. Construction's a messy business. Here's my new lights. Aren't they cool? And they will be over my ironing table there. That's what I'll have on the other side in the closet. And you know, when this is all done, I'm going to have the carpets cleaned before I move back in the room. This is happening today. Don't know if I'll take the masking off or not. These are tools my brother's using to put shelves up with, and they're all going to go right here. Ooh, party on. So you can see what it's going to be like. This will be drawers here and here. This is going to be a desk area. This will be cabinets with shelves and glass. And this is going to be a closet. It's going to be a convertible closet. I will have a hanging rod that can be changed at different heights. And then there's little peg holes all the way up. So there can be shelves if I decide I want to put shelves in there as well. This is a side elevation. This is the desk area, and there's going to be a lid that closes up and hangs down. And look at this, that will be my desk area. I could be able to pull a chair underneath. Oh, that's going to be nice. And there's going to be electricity for my computer right here against the wall. This is going to be the most exciting thing that's happened to my quilting room in forever. Are you ready? Let's go in. This is the first thing you see when you come in. It is my Cinderella quilt. I was in 2 Disney swaps on Instagram. I absolutely loved them. They were silent partners. We didn't know who we were swapping until we got them in the mail, so it was kind of fun. But this is what I got. My 2 favorite Disney shows are Cinderella and Peter Pan. This is to represent the stained glass window in the castle. I didn't change much on my board, but I did clean up some of my rulers. In the process of doing this, I got rid of a lot of rulers that I'm not using. I'm going to walk over here. There's a few changes to my fabric shelf. All of this fabric right along here is going at a garage sale, so I can buy more. Some of this will go. I'm excited to get rid of it. You see my basket, different shelves with different fabric. I have all of my batik over here,
these are, what are these? These are things that I have been unable to fit in a regular color because there's some wild prints in there. I don't know if you know it, but this is part of my Allison Glass shrine. I love her fabric. This is all art theory and some of her batiks. I haven't sewed much with it because I do a lot of petting and worshiping. Is that vain, you guys? But this is her cross stitch with a few other pieces. And then here's some more of hers. The bag is made out of Allison Glass. A friend of mine made that for me. Thanks, Cassie. If you watch, sometimes she does. Have you noticed what's behind my chicken? Can you see this stack of 5-inch squares? Let's see if we can see the top of one of them. It's ladybugs, right? Those are my I Spy charms. This stack right here is just colored. It's not I Spy. These are all I Spy. I've been collecting for a while. I'm going to do some epic I Spy quilts. I can't wait. You've always seen these baskets, and I do keep art supplies and drawing pencils in the larger one. The top one is filled with washi tape. These folders are filled with patterns. Do you see the 2 light? The engineer bought these lights. He's going to say, why didn't you show them? Let me show you what happens when you turn them off. See the rings that go around them? That's the nightlight version. He thinks it's just so cool. When I want to come in the twilight hours or at night or something, I think it'd be kind of fun to sew with the little moon rings on the ceiling, right? Back to reality. Did you notice that my curtain is gone? It is out of here. I feel like it gives me a lot more space. For instance, this area right here was all taken up by curtain and I couldn't put anything on this wall, but I was able to move my clock here. And with my quilt ladder, it feels like it's not as cramped and crammed in because this, again, this is really a small little room. I did put up a faux wood blind. I love it. And you may have noticed I have a new iron. This is my Laura Star. So I actually have 2 Laura Stars. I have one in the quilt studio on a big ironing board. I love my Laura Star. Again, it has made my quilting go to the next level. And the quilters that use it, that are doing it that way, that's what they're saying about it too. The engineer made a little wooden box for me for this because I didn't bring the lift in to put it on. It was holding it a little lower than I liked. It's sitting on a Singer featherweight case and it's working out just perfect. In all of the remodel, I never really did anything with my calyx. It is the same. Let me show you what I have on top with my Laura Star. I recently took a class where we were using sticky bosal, and you don't want to iron that. It'll get a coating, it'll leave a coating on your iron and on your mat or your ironing table. And they had these seal pats that were made by the Gypsy Company for ironing on. So I went to my kitchen cupboard and I got out my IKEA seal pat. Here, let me turn it around. I just want to tell you this because if you're ever working with Wonder Under or any of these interfacings or linings that are sticky, you can iron on this and it does not stick. And look, this is just from IKEA. It's just made for cookies. But I'm using it in here to help me when I iron with those sticky products. It will protect my iron and it will protect my wool mat. I really like this. And I just figured this out a couple of days ago from taking this class at a quilt shop with Blue Block, and I thought, I'm going to share it with my viewers because you may be in the same situation too. This is a handy wipe. How many of you remember handy wipes? They look like this now. They're sold by Mr. Clean and they're not called handy wipes. They're called reusable wipes. It's the same type of fabric. It has little holes in it. You know why I have this here? Because this little handy wipe is the absolute best pressing cloth you could ever imagine. I use it on my clothes that I don't want shiny. I use it on quilt pieces. I use it when I make t-shirt quilts and they have the really thick painted letters and words on them. I love using it for that. I can put this right on it and iron right on top of it, and it is not sticking to my iron. Or when I turn it upside down, I'll have this under it. Since we're talking pressing, oh, is that a new chair? We'll talk about that in a bit. This is my quilt ladder with 3 of my favorite quilts on it. Am I teasing you too much? Because you know my cupboards I had built are behind me. So this is pretty much the same. There's my design wall. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take mine out to the long arm and put Sister Chick's quilting on it like I did on the one I made for Tracy. And this is where I have my logo quilt hanging. But enough playing around with you already. I'm going to come back here. So these are the cabinets that I designed and that my brother built. Notice there's 2 more lights up there because it would have been a very dark corner. As you can see, up on the left side is my Peter Pan quilt. Let's take a look at that. I ought to tell you who made these because I'd be interested to know if they watch or some of you know her. But mine was made by Stephalophagus. I followed her channel for years. It was the Disney swap quilt. And I absolutely love this one. Of course, there's the ship, the Captain Hook ship. And look what she put for Tinkerbell. It's a little charm she sewed on. Well, she quilted the top in stars. Now back to the cabinets. It looks like I have 6 drawers, but I really only have 5 drawers because the one drawer right here is a faux drawer, and it's a very deep drawer. Let's take a look at some of these drawers and see what's in them so you can see my organization. This is my whips drawer, my works in progress. I have a nice big deep drawer for my whips. It makes me so happy, I can't tell you. This drawer is going to be my scraps drawer. I have to tell you about these wonderful bins, and I want to give Karen Brown from Just Get It Done Quilts credit for them because she bought them. I went and took a look at them and they were perfect for my needs. But these 2 are blank. I still have a bunch of scraps that's going to get put in there. Here, let me set this aside. These 2 are all batiks. These pieces of batik are too small to fit on the comic book boards. And this bin is scraps, some pre-cuts. I have a lot of green. But anyway, I even have some in packages. This is 2 charm packs. But these are all batiks. These are just going to be scraps. And I'm going to throw scraps in this drawer. If this looks like Christmas fabric, that's because it is. This is that retro Christmas fabric that Blue Block gave to me. Like I say, I've got fabric that I haven't gone through yet, and that's going to go in these bins. They stack. They're so nice. I know you're all wondering, what on earth is the brown stripe above the drawer with the handle? What is going on? Because when we were making this, my brother said, well, where are you going to put your computer? What about a desk? And this is what he came up with. This is the support, and this is my new desk. And if you notice, there is electricity back there. I might put a little desk light. I don't know that I'll need it, but I love my desk. I can just pull my computer out, pull my chair up, and when I'm done, slide everything back. I have a nice flat, clean space. I think that is the coolest. There's some hardware on it that's interesting, but I'm getting used to it and I'm okay with it. It's totally custom. I love it. I charge a lot of things back there off of that plug, but watch, it's as easy as this. Just slide everything back, close my desk. So it's a little different, but hey, it's a Muggy original. What can I say? I am so pleased with my new quilting studio remodel, and 2 of the items that have joined me are from the FlexiSpot company. My new E7 standing desk and my C7 ergonomic office chair. Let me tell you about my standing desk. I sew on a semi-industrial sewing machine, and a couple of them had a wobble to them when I cranked it up. I found the FlexiSpot E7, and that was the answer to all of my questions. It is so easy to use. Look at the little control panel right here under my hand. With the press of one button, it's going to adjust down to sewing level. I've preset those in, and I don't have to think about it. It is so marvelous. So my chair is preset, my desk is preset. Oh, I couldn't be happier. And it has some bonuses. There's a child lock plus right at the end of the control panel, USB port. It is just so nice. I can't believe to have that USB port right there. I spend a lot of time in my quilting studio. That's why I'm so excited about my new FlexiSpot C7 ergonomic chair. It is the most comfortable chair I've used. And the lumbar support is adjustable 2 different ways. Now, did you see me slide forward? For those of you like myself with a larger caboose, it gives a place to put the caboose and the lumbar still supports you. It doesn't push you out of the chair. This is a wonderful chair. I would like to give a thank you to FlexiSpot for making my quilting studio the studio of my dreams. Now, they just don't want me to try their products. They want you to try them as well. That is why I've put their link at the top of the description of my video, along with a code, so you can get a discount on your FlexiSpot C7 chair or E7 standing desk. You've got to try them out. It's made a difference in my quilting life, and it will make a difference in yours. Let's take a look at these other drawers. In this bottom drawer, these are all quilt backs. There's several in here that I'm not married to. There's several in here that have specific purposes. These 2 drawers are just projects. Let me show you what I have in here. I've mentioned it before that I swim 3 days a week, and this is Christmas for the ladies. I'm making them each a bag with this cute swimming material, and on the inside I have old-fashioned swimming suits. I'm going to get those made up and out of here. These are future projects right here. This one is pillowcases to match a quilt, and this one, oh, one of my very special quilts. You're going to see a quilt made out of all of this art gallery this year. I am so in love with this fabric. It's going to be cool. You'll love it. Anyway, you'll see it all. This drawer is fabric that I bought in bunches for quilts. There's this jelly roll that goes with all of this fabric here. And this fabric is all cotton and steel, Heather Ross. There's some Tula pink in there. It's all greens. Oh, there's Allison Glass. This is a Irish chain quilt, more Tula. There's the background for it. So one day you'll see this Irish chain made up. That's going to be a lot of fun. What was that? Oh, that's the Allison Glass. I got this in Alaska. I thought this would be fun to make some pillowcases with. This one I'm super excited about. It's a panel quilt called Whale Song. We saw a lot of killer whales up there. They're so majestic. I wanted to make this quilt. So this is the quilt Whale Song. Can't wait to get that one made up. This is a little project I have started using bandana. You'll see that soon, hopefully this year. This, I don't know if you'll see or not, is a Fat Eighth bundle. It's Fig Tree and Company. I have a quilt pattern picked out. This is the background fabric. This is the border. And this is all the blocks. Isn't that pretty? Standing back, there's 2 cupboards. There's a big one right here. And this is a closet if you want. For instance, my brother has got a pole I can put across. But he said, I really think you need shelves. So he's given me shelves in it. Take a look at what I have. In all of these, here, and here, They're all marked what they are, and they're all fabric that goes well with Lori Holt. I took a Lori Holt class. She said, get your fat quarters out, press them, and cut them in all these strips and bag them up. Well, this is the Lori Holt method. I have 5 bins with some of it's Lori Holt fabric, some of it's not, but it's her method. I'm working on getting it into scrappy quilts, but it's all organized in strip sizes. So I am not putting them in my strips because it's easy when I want 1.5 to 2.5 inch low volume strips. I just go here or here. This one is all red, white, and blue. This one is Christmas, some old Christmas. I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen. And up on top, look at that, 2.5 inch strips in both of those bins right there. And this is scraps, more scraps. Is it going to make it down to the scrap drawer? I don't know. But I can tell you that you're going to see a bunch of scrappy quilts from me in the future. Let's go down and look at the rest of the cabinet now. Do you recognize anything in this pile? Because they're all videos I've made for you. These are all flimsies to be quilted. Time to quilt, guys. And I am thinking, well, I've got a fun idea for a video. What do you guys think of a video where I wake up in the morning and just start quilting on the long arm and I see how many quilts I can quilt in a day? Should I try? Because that's what I'm thinking of doing. I think it would be a great video. It would wear me out, but I would do it. All I'm going to say is this pile right here is a special project. Will you see it? Yes, you will see it around Christmas time. That is my special project. It's going to be a fun one. Isn't that beautiful? Back here is just some fabric that I haven't put away yet. You saw these. These are the fat quarters that I bought with April in Utah. What you haven't seen is this beautiful fabric by Heather Bailey called Local Honey. Is that just the most gorgeous piece? Figo is the distributor. I just fell in love with it, and it's something that I pet, which I don't know. I know there's several of you that pet it. And then there's this green. Isn't that just something else? Look at the bee. Oh, so pretty. And these roses, the flowers on here. Oh, something beautiful is going to get made from this. In fact, look at it with this fabric. Ooh, sure picks up the centers of these flowers, doesn't it? On this shelf, I have room for my serger. Before, my serger was on the top shelf and it was so awkward to get down, and here it's so easy, so I'm going to be able to use it more. I am so happy about that. And then right here I have 3 special quilts. Maybe I'll pull them out a little so you can see. From my hand up, this is all Robin Pickens. But I guess I have a thing for bees because look at these big bees on it. This fabric here is going to be the new quilt on my bed, and it's going to be curtains. This is a special quilt with birds on it. You see, I love birds and bees. Not stories about the birds and the bees. That's just kind of funny, I just realized. But I do love birds and bees and chicks. This one is Dear Stella Christmas fabric. I have Ian Garland over at Off Kilter Crafter by Ian to thank for turning me on to Dear Stella. We'll say goodbye to this closet and shut it. Oh, he put soft close hinges on all of them. I also think I'm going to put another mini quilt right here. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this big blank wall. Let's talk about this closet now. You will see more of those wonderful bins. The reason you see them is because, look at this. This is deep. These are 18 inches deep. And I didn't want to put 2 rows of comic book card paper. These are all half yards. These would fit on a comic book board, but I have them here instead. It's some Allison glass, and I'm happy with it here. This I'm going to worship for quite a while before I make anything with it. So I'll just slide it back in there. This is fun. This is a bunch of Tula fabric up front that I bought for some bags. And I thought it was fun to show with the panda bears on it. This is another set of fabric that I got, and I think I may have shown you. This actually came from Corn Wagon Quilts. You guys know Corn Wagon Quilts. That's the store that Blue Block and I farted at. For those who've not seen my video before, FART is an acronym for Fabric Acquisition Road Trip. And there's a funny story on my last video that I will link. Again, I have more fabric. I haven't had time to get it all together, guys. Sorry about that. This is all baby flannel. I need to make up a bunch of baby blankets. Welcome to Halloween at Sister Chick's. Now this is my Halloween shelf. I probably should slide these 4 bins over here next to all of this. Let me tell you how nutso I am about Halloween. I have several customers who make Christmas quilts for all of their family members. Well, my family members are all getting Halloween quilts. I think Halloween is just fun. And the fabric is adorable. And that's what's in these. Okay, see that? This is just fun Halloween fabric. 18 inches of it to be exact. It just stacks right back on the shelf. More Halloween fabric. I just put a project in here. And this is all Melody Miller from Ruby Star Society. So let me tell you the story. Do you see that gorgeous sateen wad of fabric? I walked into the gathering place and I saw that and my heart just skipped 27 beats. And you know, it probably really did because I do have a heart condition. It was so beautiful, I couldn't stand it. So I bought enough backing for a quilt, and then I bought all of the fabric that matched it. And that's this. It's probably a couple of years old, but one of these days you will see a quilt made out of this that's going to go into a video. I just think it's gorgeous colors. Here's a little bit of it to just oogle at. So neat. And these are Halloween. Like, this is the background for Hazel's quilt. This is the backing for probably Gordon or my son-in-law's quilt. Here's a border for my son's quilt. Fun stuff. This shelf was so deep and I wanted color, so I put some quilts up there. And I may turn the top one around so the turkey stands up, but that's a turkey's feet. That's my Gobble Gobble quilt. And I folded up these Kona cottons because they're a future quilt. It's going to be a gorgeous quilt, don't you think? You'll see that one. This is Art Gallery. These bright colors, these 4 bright colors. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I thought it looked good there, so I put it there. And down here, I have stacks of layer cakes and charm packs and googly-eyed Sister Chick. Actually, my friend Ian from Off Kilter Crafter, Ian, sent me this. He said it was just screaming, jump in my cart and send it to die. And it's because he had, look at the crazy eyes. Isn't that the best? Now you have seen everything. Thank you for spending your time with me touring my updated quilting studio. I'd like to thank the engineer and Raina for loading out, for assembling and loading in everything. And of course, FlexiSpot. Thank you very much. Bye. We'll see you next week.